Hello, folks. This is AJ the CEO. I'm playing around with some new stuff here, so I'm just making sure everything is up and running. This is Church Post-Production, episode number 38. I've been kind of out of the loop a little bit because I hadn't been at church and a way to get access to all of my content like I normally would. Mainly talking about the SD card. I wouldn't normally get that till Monday, so I had to do this after the fact, but I was at church today, and that's cool. I actually got called up to play, so I wasn't even in the media booth today. I ended up having to play as a fill-in, stand-in for the musician, so that was fun. Really wasn't dressed for it. I was sweating like crazy, but anyway, we're going to get back to what we normally do here, and we're going to be doing our all of our stuff here for editing our church stuff, videos, and everything like that. Now, in my last video, I talked about how I've gone back to Vimeo Live, and that's mainly for my recording high school sports and youth league sports and stuff like that, so I can put all that behind a pay gate for like the people who hire me to record that. So what I decided to do is put my church's live stream on that, which fixed an issue that was going on with Facebook. For some odd reason, Facebook has been giving some issues, and I know it's not just me because I've had a bunch of other people contact me asking, am I having issues with Facebook as well too? So I don't know what's going on there, but for example, if I cut over here to my computer, and you see this is the Vimeo video that I have in place. So it makes it really cool. I don't have to change nothing. When the stream ended of service, it rolled over to the next scheduled date. So I really like that. But at the same time, what it did is it saved the entire service here. So I could download this, and it was encoding it, and it's still only doing 720p, so I'm gonna have to look into that. But the idea is, if I'm not there, I can actually come here, download it, and edit it that way, just if I can't get access to the memory card. But that's 720p. Don't like that. We do it in 1080p, so that's why I'm like, I don't understand why that's giving me a problem. But anyway, I did get access to the SD card because I was there, so we're going to be working with that. So let me just get all my stuff in place. So I want to have my pop out here, and now honestly, as I think about it, this is probably my first live stream since hitting 1,000, to be quite honest. And again, I want to thank all of y'all, because obviously I couldn't subscribe to myself over 1,000 times. I did that because of y'all, and I really appreciate that. And just give me a second. I'm trying to bring up my chat here on the other screen so I can talk with y'all. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to have to use DaVinci Resolve in one screen today. And I'll keep the chat on my other screen. So let's go ahead and get started. So we're here. We're going to go into services, and there hasn't been a recent DaVinci Resolve update, so I'm still on 16.1 or something like that. I can't remember what version it is, but we'll look it up here in a second. 2019. And we had a guest minister today, so we're going to have to make some lower thirds for them. Yeah, we're on version 16.1.1.005. All right, so let's go over here to media, and let's start loading up all of our stuff. Here is our service, yes, and 1080p 30, and we're gonna pull over all of our assets here. Excuse me. Hope y'all all had a good day today. Like I said, things were rather interesting. So right here, these are the new lower thirds I've been making. I haven't had a chance to go through and make everybody yet, but I do have two. So what I need to do is verify our guest minister's name and then I'm gonna make him one as well too. So let's see if I can get here where they were announcing him. Right here.
Reverend Jamar Jones is a native of Richmond, Virginia. He received his primary education at Faith Academy School of Excellence in Norfolk, Virginia, and is a proud I.C. Norcom Greyhound Class F.
All right, Jamar Jones. I think they spelt his name wrong here. So let me look him up.
For those of you who may not know me, my name is Jada Dandridge, and I will be introducing our guest speaker for today. Reverend Jamar Jones is a native of Richmond, Virginia. He received his primary education at Faith Academy School of Excellence in Norfolk, Virginia, and is a proud I.C. Norcom Greyhound Class of 2006.
All right, so I actually got his name off of Facebook and found out that he's actually friends with my cousin. So that's cool. I didn't know that. And his name is spelt wrong here. So let me go ahead and fix that. And I'm gonna need to fix that on our website as well too. But we got this here, and need to figure out what other type of information we're going to use. So I think this is fine. So while this is up, let's go ahead and open up After Effects, and we're just going to make his name template here. This is the same broadcast package that I've been using for half a year since I've moved to this one. And I probably should close DaVinci Resolve so that it doesn't throw up on me because of memory. Again, I have 32 gigs of memory, so I don't know why it would give me a issue. So with that, I'm also coming in here and changing his name on our the thumbnail for him, which was easy to do. Already updated that. All right, so we're in here, and this is the lower third that we're using. So we're gonna come in here. Just gonna go ahead and that one it. Wait a minute, why did it copy that? I didn't copy that. Let's try that again. Okay. And we're just gonna say guest minister, and I think that's enough. I'm not going to do anything super duper fancy for that, and we're going to go ahead and, well, first let's save this. And all of my packages I get from Envato, Video Hive, and I really encourage y'all to actually make an account with them, because they give out stuff for free every month, and a lot of these you can get a whole package there for free. So it's no harm, because again, it's free. So go ahead and sign up for that. Now I know you're probably like saying, oh, I don't have After Effects. What I probably honestly recommend is you can get After Effects, a trial version, for a week, and you can do all of the stuff that you need to do, and then boom, there you go. So let me drop this in our lower thirds, and this is going to be, I'll put in guess Jamar Jones. We'll go ahead and render that out, and the good thing is we're done. Let that render, and then we're going to come back over here to our into DaVinci Resolve, and the lower thirds are done that fast. So all we got to do is let it refresh, And we're going to make sure we add our guest, which is right there. Let's make sure we bring that over, and boom, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and let me get rid of effects. Let's do the media. Let's do this, and we're still gonna split this up, because we're gonna do the full service. We're gonna do just the sermon for the podcast, and then we're also gonna take the sermon and then split it up. So we're gonna have a minimum of at least 4 timelines. So Control N, we're gonna do full. Let's add our tab view here. Then Control N on, but I shouldn't even call it online anymore. Call it podcast. And then we're gonna go from here. So we got our intro. It's our new intro. I need to resort these because I think I've been changing this too much. Yeah, so here's our stock intro. Right click on here, normalize audio. Find out right when it starts to fade. And that is super loud. Alright, so right here, this blade tool, letter B, cut it right there. And then what I'm gonna do is actually move this section up, and we're gonna bring our video in. Let's find right where it begins. And this is where I got drafted to come up here and play. So what you're hearing is me playing. And let's get it to right before our care comes up. Boom. Let's get to the end. And then that's fine. Alright, so let's bring that all over. And we're right here. Now I'm trying to think what is probably be a best way to split this audio out. I don't know if I should just put this on another track or not. I think I might. Alright, so what I want to do is I'm going to fade this audio in here. Let's fade this out. Alright, so we're right there, and it was the kids, so for whatever reason they talk super soft for some odd reason. Alright, so we're gonna get right here where Jamar comes up.
And down of the same. Open up your mouth and about it.
Alright, so right here we'll cut that. I might have to trim it a little bit. Yeah, let's move this back to right here.
Well, the song says that the Lord is so good. Is that anybody's testimony this morning?
Alright, so we're at 53:49, and let's see how long the sermon is. And actually I can cut this. No, let's do this the other way. So that's 53:59. So it's right at around about 30 minutes that he preached. Alright, so we're going to chop that up into 3 10-minute sections. So let's go ahead and load up. And it got louder here at the end. So what I'm going to do, instead of splitting all this audio up, I'm going to bump the audio up here for the entire video, or at least this section. Let's bump that up to a 5, maybe a 4. Alright, and then what I'm going to do in Fairlight, I'm going to put a restriction, a limit on the final audio. So we come in here, limiter, and we should be good there. Alright, so this one won't top out here, so let's see where that limiter is kicking in at.
There's your blessing. But what I will tell you is this, that your seat at the table is a direct result of God sending a blessing after you up with your crippled self. And I don't care who talked about you, but you were able.
All right, so that limiter I think is doing good, so I'm not really going to adjust the audio anymore after that. So let's go ahead and drop in these lower thirds here. And we're going to be in guests. Let's put one right here. All right, so obviously that's not going to work because we need to have where he's at, where we put the lower third.
On your feet for about 10 seconds.
All right, and I like the size of this because it stands out, and I'll be moving everybody to this one. So really the only thing I need to do now is just move this down into this area, and it shows up pretty well.
About 10 seconds.
All right, so really don't have to do this anywhere else because again we're not doing the full video like we normally do, but let's go ahead and put one right there. I'm going to put another one right there, and let's just make sure.
God reached down into,
Let's make sure it shows up fine. Yes, that shows up fine there. Shows up fine there because he didn't move. All right, so because I haven't done all the rest of the lower thirds, I'm really not going to touch those. So I think we are good. And let me make sure we're actually showing up everywhere. Give me 1 second. And I know I'm doing this a little bit earlier than I normally do, so okay, we're good. I was just making sure it was going out. All right, so we got all of this done. Now let's add our closing, which is back to our intro, outro. Under stock, and again, all of this was made under packages that were done at Envato.
God has granted us, and let me put it to you like this. When you get a relationship with God, all you got to do is come down to God and make one decision.
All right, so I'm gonna end it right there because I like how that ended. So let's fade that in for a second. Fade that in for a second. And we're gonna fade this out. Boom. Now, how long did that take? It didn't take it long at all. So we got our entire service here, and which were good. Now let me highlight all of this. And let's go ahead and change that color to orange. So our full is done. Now let's go ahead and actually let me copy this in here first. That's our intro. All right, now let's go over here and get just the orange. I'm not going to get that ending because these are going to be for YouTube. So we're going to take, actually, let me take that back. We do need all of this because this is for the podcast. So we're going to paste all of this here with the outro music and everything. Let's fade Jamar in and let's see what that's like.
Well, the song said that the Lord is so good.
All right, so that's good. All right, so this is done for the podcast. We just have to render just the audio for this. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna let's look at the entirety of it. So it's around, I don't want to count that. So we're at 33 minutes. So around 11 minutes each, but we're gonna really do it at 10 minutes each. So let's make sure we find a good cut of where he finishes, where he happens to be a gap right here.
How many of you have friends that are truly holding you back?
Perfect ending right there. We're gonna cut that. Let's do new timeline, 11/24/2019, clip 1. And then all we gotta do is actually, let me do this again. I'm trying to improve my workflow here. So we're at 10:19. So let's go to 20 19. And let's see if we can find a good stopping point here. Oh, we're right at one.
Gives you a seat at the king's table. Remember the words of the prophet Kendrick Lamar. Sit down.
All right, perfect ending right there. And then we're at 2020. And at this point, he's finishing up everything. So I think this is a good cut for everything. So we just made that. Let's do another timeline. 11/24/2019, clip 2. Another one, 11/24/2019, clip 3. All right, we created that. Now what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna copy everything and paste it on each one of these. And let's go back to number 1. And at this point, we are going to remove all of this. That's parts 2 and 3. And then in here, we're going to get rid of number 2 and number 3. And then here, we're going to get rid of 1 and 2. And now we got everything here. And we're going to get rid of this end because we're going to add our end card on here. Alright, so let's zoom in and just make sure everything is working fine. Alright, we have our fade in, which is there. Now we need to get to the last 20 seconds of here. So we're right at 10. So that makes that easy. So right about here. Is where we're going to mark where we're going to start our end card. So I go here to graphics. We have our end cards right here. And what I need to do, so I'm going to go from here to right where this ends. And actually, let me go to this first one. I want to get it right here. Hit the wrong button. This is our end right there. Alright, so this is what we're going to bring everything. So I'm just going to drag this down. And we already know this is fine, so we just got to repeat this as many times as possible for our end card. Now what we're going to do is take off the link, which unlinks the video and the audio. We're going to make a cut right here. And then we're going to remove this and put this over. And then we're going to shift everything down. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to not do any fancy reframing. I'm just going to actually put a transition over top of this to hide where this is going to be readjusted. So if I come in here, and let's get rid of this so we can actually see both of them here. We're going to readjust this. Let's scale this down. And let's move this over to here. It's almost a perfect fit. Now eyeball that. That's 0.3. Let's try 0.35. Alright, so that works. So I just need to know, and let's do this as -600. And I think this is what we did last time, 255. Or was it 250? Anyway, -600, 255. And the zoom is 0.35. Alright, so right here, we're going to come back to our pool and we're going to go to our transition. And out of my kit, number 4 transition is pretty fast. So that's what I'm going to use right here. I like to put the cursor right there where it's going to cut. And I want to drag this to where the image can't be seen. So that way I know it's effective. So if we play it.
And we call them bested, and we've given persons a real...
Very, very easy, very clean. Alright, so now all we got to do is come back over here. Let's zoom out. So clip number 1 is done. Let's highlight this, paste, paste. Alright, So now we're just gonna do the same thing, but we have literally everything we already need. And actually, maybe I should have copied it like this. Let me just do it right here. Paste. Alright, so that's good. Let's delete these. And then paste. Alright, so we're good. So let's come back in here. And we're going to zoom in, and we're just going to cut the last 20 seconds just like we did on the other one. So you can cut anywhere on here, and I just want to move this up to get it out the way. And let's select all of these, and now we can just slide it into place. And as you can see, I didn't go far enough, and because the video is exactly the same, it's going to sync up anyway. Let's slide it till we're at the end. Boom. So now we know exactly where we need to drag this to right there. Right there. Now if we play it.
That we don't want anybody to know about. But
and I didn't adjust this. I was like, it didn't change. That's where we did the 0.35, negative 600, 255. So if we play it now.
That we don't want anybody to know about. But isn't it amazing that although we...
Now the good thing is, we actually got 2 lower thirds here that we really don't need, but I mean, it doesn't hurt the fact that it's there. I might actually want to put this in here again for clip number 1. Do this about at the halfway mark. Alright, so clip number 1 and clip number 2 are done. Now we just got to do clip number 3, and we're just going to repeat the same thing we just did. And they have 2 lower thirds in there, so we don't need to do that. So let's find this out here somewhere. Shift this up. As you can see, I obviously had way more than I needed. Alright, so now slide that all the way over, and we're going to do this again, 0.35, negative 600, 255. Alright, play it, and we're all good. Alright, very straightforward. Now it looks like I forgot to do a fade here. Let's do that also here.
You want to know who's really holding you down.
We drop the audio just a little bit faster there.
You want to know who's really holding you down.
All right, so we got everything. All right, so now let's set up doing our renders. So we're going to come here to deliver, and let's Control S to save. Now the audio is always going to go faster, but what I'm going to do is, let's make sure this doesn't, I'm going to do it this way, hopefully it doesn't mess up this way. So I'm going to come in here, I am going to pick custom, and this is going to be podcast 11/24/2019. I'm going to put this on my D drive, and we're not going to export audio video. We're going to do audio. We're going to change this to MP4, and 192 is fine. All right, now we're going to start doing the clips, and we're going to do these as the YouTube preset. So this is just going to be online, actually I don't need to do that, 11/24/2019 clip 1. And then we're just going through the rest of them. Clip 2, clip 3, and then we're going to do the full, which I am currently archiving on our NAS at the church. So we're not doing this on demand anymore because no one's really been using that. That's why we were using the premium, the pro of, I don't know. I still might upload it, I don't know yet. But I'm gonna still render the whole thing. All right, so we got this in order. So hopefully, because sometimes DaVinci Resolve will crash on me in the middle of rendering, hopefully this is good. So we'll go ahead and start the render of that. The audio should go pretty fast. And while that is happening, let's go ahead and fix everything that was done on the website. So I made this update. That's what I did off screen when we were talking. Let's go ahead and log into our website. And then I'm also going to log into Whooshka. All right, so the podcast will be done in about 3 minutes. So we're going to go to episodes. I don't know why the phone is ringing. Who's calling? All right, so let's create a new episode, which reminds me I need to make another episode for my podcast as well too for tomorrow. So let's come in here. I already updated from our spreadsheet here. Title. Who preached it? The date. Scripture. And then we're going to get where he came from. 2 Samuel 9 verse 13. All right. So that's done. I just have to, and it's also clean. So we just have to wait for that. Now, let's come here, our sermons, and let's update everything here. And it looks like everything else was not done. Let's copy this here. And we try and add whoever preached as a tag here. And this is the image we need to replace. So let me delete this one. And this is the newer one. All right, so we set the image, boom, image is fine, this information is fine, title is fine, everything is tagged. All we got to do now is we're going to put the YouTube playlist that we're making for sermon right here, and the file that we're going to be uploading we're going to put here. So with that being said, since we're going to do this in a playlist, I'm going to come in here, let's go to YouTube, and we're going to make a playlist for this. YouTube Studio. And we're going to go to playlist. And with that being said, while I'm doing this, please make sure if you're paying attention to any of this COPPA stuff, that does apply to the church as well too. You need to flag your channel appropriately based off of what everyone has been saying. So how you do that is you're going to come up in here into the YouTube Studio, come in here to settings, and go to channel, advanced, and you need to set this. For right now, I really don't like how this is. There's no middle ground. It's either your stuff is for kids or it's not. There is no, it's for both. So again, just because of how everything is, I just have mine set to no. Actually, now I say I could put this as this channel is made for kids, but it's a mess of how stuff is going on right now. So just got to deal with it. So I just set mine to no. it's not intended for kids for right now. And as time goes by, we can fix that. And looking at my render, it looks like clip number 1 errored out for some strange reason. So I need to come back and fix that. But let's knock out our podcast here. Let's upload this. And that should be done very, very quickly. All right, boom, create, podcast is done. And I really need to make another video to refresh everybody on how to subscribe. But I mean, as you can see from our overview, and we have a bunch of people who are listening to it. We've had 292 listens. So I think that's good, especially how the only person who used to listen to this was me when I first set this up. But the fact that I got it on all the other platforms, iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, I don't know if that's our church, but it's probably other people as well too. So that's done. That will be posted shortly. I have to come back in here and fix video number 1 for some odd reason, but we did make our playlist. Well, I had it here. We just made a playlist that's going to be for this channel. So actually, now that I think about it, let's come in here, and for our description, we're going to add the same information that we have here. All right, let's save that. And then this link, this is what we're going to place in our sermon video so people can get access to the entire thing. All right, so pretty much at this point, I'm just waiting for everything to finish rendering, and then I will upload everywhere else. So hopefully you got something out of that. And one thing I want to let y'all all know is I have pretty much a church live streaming 101 course that I am putting together. Be on the lookout for that. My goal is to have this done so it's available at the first of the year. I will let you know if it comes out sooner than that. You can always check it out at ajayhomes.com and then click on courses, and it will take you directly there. There are a bunch of courses that I've had some churches directly ask me to make, as well as some subscribers have asked me to make, and I am putting that all together so that you can have a resource for new volunteers or whatever like that to get trained on. And I'm going to go through very generic so that it can at least establish a base, a good base for whatever you want to do, and you can always build on top of that. I've had a couple of churches ask me that they don't really have any type of documentation, so that's the reason why I made it more generic. So you can start from here and then just build up on there. And it saves you some time that I already have put this stuff together of things I've been doing in my media ministries and the others. So you can always just add on. You don't have to worry about documenting all this other stuff. And the first one is going through everything that you need to live stream, from picking up the computer to setting up everything to the workflow of actually live streaming everything. And it's going to be about maybe 2 to 3 hours worth of video content. So be on the lookout for that. And it is going to be reasonable. It is a one-time price, and your church will have it forever. And we'll be adding more content to that as well too, so it can help out in whatever aspects from your media ministry. So again, that's going to be ajayhomes.com, and it's going to be courses at the top, and the link will take you there. Right now, I'm going to be doing a short beta with some other folks. I will let y'all know. And especially, I will probably, actually, let me just say this. On the church post-production, when the beta is live, the first 50 people who watch it, I'll let y'all get access to it for free. But I will give you more details about that. So anyway, be on the lookout for that. Thank y'all again for watching, and I have some more work to do with these videos, but I will catch y'all in the next video later.